less well-dressed person makes their way to the stage here. Oh yeah. Which leads me to my first point. I think the only thing more awkward than me pretending to be a comedian is listening to JT have any given conversation. There's this story I like to tell. So like, this one time I was talking to JT and I was looking at him and he looked away. Seriously though, I was talking to my friend Graham back there, and he pointed out that JT has this ability kind of to like, he can like dance while you're talking to him. It's kind of like a gothic like emo dance where he's like moving his head side to side, and he makes these little like, oh yeah, yeah, kind of sounds in between. And I was thinking about it a lot, and I was kind of like, it's sort of like he's perpetually meeting his girlfriend's father for the first time. You know? It's like he's just, oh yeah, nice to meet you too. Yeah. You were expecting somebody a little bit taller, I know. So I wanted to take some time tonight to walk through the full like open mic experience from an insider perspective that's not JT. Sort of like a slow roast experience, and then I was gonna kind of burst into a handful of rapid fire type situations. So here we go. Bear with me. I know I'm way less funny than everybody else. All right. So let's go ahead and turn on that roaster. Roaster, I hardly even know her, is exactly the kind of annoying shit JT sends out in the weekly quintessential open mic text. The only small satisfaction gathered from the text is knowing that JT, in all his glory, rolled out of bed at the break of noon and has since been at the local coffee shop, head in hand, testing the depths of his wit to come up with this, and it's the best he can do. What can ultimately be described as a letdown, or at best an interruption to your day. Next he'll send you some seemingly personable text message he sent everyone else to lure you into his trap, topping it off with your own special nickname, selected by a bunch of 5-year-olds who have taken literally any word and inserted the first 4 letters of your name at the front. It's not all bad though. Thanks to JT, I share a long, well-documented relationship with a sign-up sheet on Facebook. So at this point in the adventure, there's kind of like 2 paths. You can't make it, so if you're fortunate enough to have some excuse to why you can't come to open mic, you can expect at least 2 to 3 more text messages during your workday having you make your case for why you can't be there. And I've never met anybody more insistent that I'm going to be at a place after just explaining why I can't be there. Like, I'm not sure if his memory is so selective that it's just omitted the past like 4 text messages of the conversation, or if he's like struggling with a real mental, like something real here.
I think we know the answer to that.
Yeah, we do. So if you're a sorry sap that couldn't escape, there's a couple more obstacles until your salvation. So that there's first the performance check-in text. So JT needs to send you a 1-word Moto ? Text while you're currently walking to Moto I 45 minutes before your 8-minute set of music. Yet in any other circumstance, you can count on him to be at least 15 minutes late to everything. And you've since factored this into every time you arrange with him. You'd think it's going to be 8:30, so you're like, yeah, 8:15. So then you got the setup. So it's just like JT ever so focused at the ground, like contorting his body, like in every like interesting way, like making the faces where he's like, and it's like, I'm not sure if he's like trying to stretch or give himself a blowjob while no one is looking. So then there's the set. So now that it's 9:25, it's time for your 8 to 9 p.m. set. Admittedly, JT, he does a pretty good job of setting you up to play and make sure that the sound is okay. Unfortunately, that's going to last about 20 to 35 seconds before you're on your own as JT makes his way to the bar for another premium or crams Brugger's bagels into his mouth in the corner. If he's not parading around performing high kicks and rubbing his nipples while your guitar starts to feedback, rest assured he'll be shooting fucking lasers and smoke into your eyes or switching to the colors of the lights right as you enter the hardest part of your song. Side note, please learn literally any other martial arts move besides a high kick. So then there's the last, kind of the most like bittersweet portion, the escape. So by this point, you think you'd be home free, but as you try to wish JT well before heading home, he assures you that you'll be there another 30 minutes from now to play bass on some shitty song. And it's at this point that you have this realization that you're like, you've been subjected to the same psychological torture you would have been had you not come at all. So you're just like led to realize the futility of your participation. So just some rapid fire burns. JT, if you perfected your explanation of baseball stats, you could give a Teddy Holidays talk, because TED Talks are reserved for shit that's interesting. JT, we know you're in a band, but can we please get you a t-shirt that's not black? JT, if you had $1 for every good pun you came up with, you'd have a bunch of puns. JT, no matter how many times I relearned that you're just John Taylor instead of Jonathan, I'm going to insist it stands for Jonathan Taylor Thomas, or my new personal favorite coined by Graham McCall, just trying. All right. Uh-oh.
Check your pocket.
All right. Fuck. Okay, yeah. JT, I like to think that at least one school bus was constructed from all the recycled Miller Lite cans you've consumed. Thanks for giving back to the community. You know, I think we're all impressed by the good life you've made for yourself as a musician, but I think you'd be the first to admit that currently your best prospect for a comfortable retirement is if Pizza Luce and Caffrey sandwiches start making matching contributions to your Roth IRA. Don't worry, you could always supplement your income by writing a book called How I Ate 7,000 Foot-Long Hummus Sandwiches and Still Maintain the Physique of a Skinny Baby Bird. JT, just one more after this one. JT, sometimes I'm impressed by how busy you seemingly are, but then I remember how good you still are at Killer Instinct, which came out literally 20 years ago, and I begin to reconsider. So with that, if we could all raise a beer, I don't have one, otherwise I would. JT, I gotta tell you, it was way fucking funnier when Jamie Quinn said it. All right.